Hello, my name is Fabiola Ayala, and I'd like to introduce Martin Gallegos. Martin Gallegos works at the Marriott Hotel as a banquets captain, supervising banquet arrangements and day-to-day customer service issues. Martin, how many people work under you?
There are two departments, setup and servers. There are 15 setups and 40 on servers.
What are your views on the necessity for human resource in the food service industry?
They are in between of workers and management. If we had to fire someone, you got to go through the human resource office. We can take a decision on spot if they're stealing, drinking, or sometimes if they lose the teamwork skills and we teach them, we can fire them. So there is important for the human resource.
What do you think is the best way to communicate with your staff?
You gotta be honest and be an example. If you say something, they will know if you are lying because of, and they will not follow you. You have to teach them the basics on the training is the honesty, courage, responsibility, justice, fidelity, compassion, and contribution.
How do you motivate your staff?
Okay, it's a process. They work. They won't work if they don't trust you. If they do a good job, you gotta make sure they get paid for it. And the other thing is we have employee of the month, so we had to put them on the spot. Like, hey, you did a good job. Here you go. You know, you go to compete with the other departments, but they're gonna give you money and gifts. You know.
What is the most effective form of leadership that you have implemented?
It's a process. You have to teach the basics, and you have to teach the basics every day until they get it. There is a certain is for certain times 21 days until they had to get the thing that you are teaching them, uh, and
What is when there is a conflict among your staff, what is the best way to solve it?
okay, you don't have to react right away. You have to relax. Don't say anything. You have to in front of the customer. You cannot do anything. The customers are first, and for Marriott, you know, you have to take your employees out of there, and it's better if you go to the office and hear what they said, and then take a decision. But you have to write it down everything. Whatever you decided, you have to write it down. And if there's a solution, it's a solution for on the spot. But then you have to, with more time, you have to speak with the manager and come with a better solution for make sure it doesn't happen again.
During the busier seasons, what is the best way to cope with stress and pressure?
Uh, Under pressure, you must work harder. It's not a bad thing. You have to create an atmosphere where pressure is good. You know, if you're busy, then the company is gonna have money to pay everything to everybody. It's just good. So if they know that we had to work under pressure on this uh, on this
Like busier season?
yes, so they know already. They're training for it.
Do you ever go to anyone else in your department when making big decisions?
Most of the time, I had to make a decision on the spot, but I have to do a report. Uh, how did I approach the problem? What did I did? It got and I had to do a report and give a copy of general manager, food and beverage director, and the
Sales?
sales department in case the customer wants to
Talk
have
to
a
any of them?
complaint. They know what's gonna happen and what did I did to solve the problem. You know, it makes you feel good. Yeah.
Uh, when you're trying to find new employees, what do you look for? How do you train them? And how do you keep your employees?
Well, the company train you to train your staff, and so that's what you do. You have to train them to do their job. And how do you keep it? Well, the company has the benefits for employers, so they most of the time they look for the benefits. And what else did you say?
What do you look for when you're hiring employees?
Is human resource, most of the human resource do the background and everything else. They just send us to the interview, and we decided if you, this potential worker for as a team worker, and you had to see if you. I mean, how much time you're gonna spend in the interview, depending on how he looks. If he looks like he didn't shave, he doesn't, it's not good. So you're not gonna waste your time.
Mhm.
Yeah.
What would you say is the best part and the most challenging part of being in a management position?
You need to be focused all the time. All the time you're going to be thinking about the little details. No one else is gonna notice, but it's your job to do those things. Um, whatever information you have is you are the person in contact with the salesperson, the person in charge, and everything around it. So you're the one to know more than the servers or the crew. If you go and see that something isn't right, you have to fix it right away because you have more information than they do. So it's your job to make sure every little change in the spot you had to go and double check that it's done.
Do you think there's a difference between the way we view management methods now and before?
Big difference. Workers are trained to work on their own. Before, manager has to be there or nothing will be done without being constantly there. We we received the training before. Okay, the manager before if the managers quit for some place, there's a big problem. Why? Because everything runs around the manager. Now the training with those to the workers are they work without manager.
Mm-hmm.
They have the knowledge, they have the decision to do. They just they know how to approach any problem. They just gonna call you to tell you what they did and what was the problem, and you will tell them if this that was the right decision or not. But they have the freedom to do that.
Have you ever felt that there has been difficulty finding the people to fill positions?
Very difficult, especially when the previous work is the knowledge is necessary for a success. And when they leave, I need to train a new people. And the training is not one day to the next day. It took time, and would the only thing it help you is when you teach them to work as a team. That's why it's important this company work as a team. Why? Because then the good workers with the workers and you're training, they're learning from the workers and keep you that way.
What positive things have come from holding a manager position?
Well, first of all, you get the training from the company. Marriott is gonna give you a training, not one training. You gotta be above every other company
Mm-hmm.
because this is Marriott. They care about you as a manager because your workers, they gotta have a good manager. But the good things are like everything you learn is help you with your life, family, your own problems. That's where it makes difference between any other training.
What kind of mistakes have you made that you learned from? How did you correct them, and how did you figure them out?
Okay. Judging someone before they tell you the side of the story. That's mistakes that I did, and I learned from it. You have to have the time to hear what they say. What was the problem, or what? Why did they did it, what you tell them to do before you said that's not good and start doing big deals, all right? And what was the other question?
Did you learn from them?
Yeah, you learn every day. This 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 events every day. Well, your experience is gonna help you, and because you know the customer, you know how they want, how they everything you know already, and they knew when they see you, they know. Then you do. You already know what they like, so they not put too much pressure on you because they know you have experience and that you're gonna do a good job. But it takes time to learn.
What do you consider your personal management philosophy to be?
Where are we? Okay. For me, it's what I learned from the company, and it's true. It's the integrity. It's it's integrity. If you are with integrity, they will follow you. They will do whatever is necessary to keep you as a manager. Your workers, if they don't like you, they're gonna fire you. If you gotta be respectable with them. You gotta make sure everything is fair. You got to put it on. You gotta do what you learn to do because if you say something and you don't do it, they will know.
Hmm. Do you think that it's different? The management philosophy is different than the philosophy that the Marriott tries to carry out?
What do you mean?
Do you think your philosophy is different than the Marriott philosophy of management?
Well, they train me, and I think it's the right thing to do. I mean, I learned everything from them, so I don't know nothing before it.
Mm-hmm.
They teach me everything I know, and I know it works. So I think
It's a good
it's a
philosophy.
good philosophy. Yeah.
Well, thank you, Martin. Thank you for letting me interview you, and thank you for teaching me all about management.
You learn every day different things, and it never ends.
It never ends. Thank you. My name is Fabiola Ayala.